Put this in your tea, and your performance can start to come back quicker than you imagine. For men over 70, a straightforward evening habit can make all the difference. Not with supplements or complex therapies, but with organic aid that aligns with your body, not against it. In this video, I will reveal how a unique tea mixture can enhance blood flow, revive endurance, and return the vitality and assurance you thought was lost. I am Dr. Emma Carter, a specialist in urology with more than 10 years of practice aiding men to regain their wellness and self-assurance. I believe the finest outcomes often arise from basic organic practices, and one of the simplest methods to boost performance is through what you consume. Tea is more than just a calming drink. When crafted with the proper elements, it becomes a potent instrument for circulation, endocrine equilibrium, and vigor. There is something distinctive about tea that extends far beyond its flavor. When you sip a warm mug, the heat itself functions like healing within your body. Warmth naturally dilates blood vessels, permitting them to broaden and transport blood more easily. At the same time, that warmth assists in soothing your nervous system, reducing anxiety and strain that frequently disrupt performance. And since tea is liquid-based, it also aids your body in absorbing elements from botanicals, tubers, and seasonings much quicker than if you were to ingest them in meals. This is one of the reasons societies worldwide have relied on tea for ages. In Korea, ginseng and oolong tea have long been relied upon to renew vigor and male potency. In Indonesia, traditional healing employs mixes of ginger, cinnamon, and cloves to stimulate blood flow and enhance endurance. In the Levant, pomegranate and botanical brews are exchanged to fortify the body and safeguard the heart. Even in Scandinavia, basic teas prepared with lingonberry or chamomile were utilized for calm, digestion, and improved rest, all of which connect straight to intimate wellness. For men over 70, tea becomes more than just a relaxing evening beverage. It evolves into a daily chance to purposefully nurture your body with substances that address the exact mechanisms that decline with age. Blood flow diminishes, endocrines vary, and pressure accumulates, all of which impact your capacity to function. But by selecting the correct tea components, you are supplying your arteries, easing your nerves, and prompting your body to react as it once did. And there is another concealed advantage. Unlike capsules or therapies that can seem synthetic or bring side effects, tea is mild. It integrates into a habit you can truly appreciate. That regularity is what creates the impact. A nightly mug not only aids your body, it signals to you every day that you are committing to your power, your wellness, and your self-assurance. The first component I want you to concentrate on is ginger. Ginger is far more than merely a seasoning for meals. It is one of the strongest organic blood flow enhancers you can employ. For ages, it has been valued in both Korean and Indonesian healing for its heating and revitalizing attributes. When you ingest ginger, your body responds nearly instantly. It softly expands blood vessels, permitting oxygen-laden blood to circulate more readily across your whole system. That means superior feeding for your heart, your tissues, and, crucially, your groin area. For men who face softer erections, this enhancement in blood flow can create a clear improvement. Erections rely completely on how much blood can be supplied and retained in the penile spaces. If the arteries are slow or constricted, erections are feeble. But when blood flow is unlocked, rigidity improves organically. Ginger functions like an organic ignition, prompting your blood vessels how to react. Preparing it is easy. Cut fresh ginger tuber into slim slices and infuse it in boiling water for at least 10 minutes. The longer you permit it to infuse, the more potent the impact will be as additional active elements are extracted into the tea. You will sense a mild heat in the beverage itself. And you may experience that identical warmth extending through your body after you consume it. This internal warmth reflects the precise action ginger generates inside your blood vessels, dilating them, vitalizing them, and permitting firmer flow where it counts most. Ginger also holds anti-swelling qualities, which means it assists in soothing the inner coating of your blood vessels. This renders them sleeker and more resilient, which is precisely what you desire for dependable erections. Over time, men who sip ginger tea routinely often mention not only superior intimate function, but also greater vitality, reduced exhaustion, and a stronger sense of liveliness all day. The second component is pomegranate. Many folks view it as merely a fruit, but it is genuinely a powerhouse for blood flow and male potency. Pomegranate kernels, nectar, and even dense extracts are packed with antioxidants that straightly shield your blood vessels from harm. Across the years, minor damages from unhealthy eating, tension, or elevated blood glucose can rigidify and debilitate your arteries. Pomegranate assists in mending and guarding against this, maintaining your vessels clear, sleek, and pliable. One of the most vital things pomegranate accomplishes is to promote your body's innate creation of nitric oxide. This is the identical compound your system employs to initiate an erection. Nitric oxide indicates your arteries to loosen and broaden, permitting blood to surge into the penis and form rigidity. Without sufficient nitric oxide, erections are frail or do not endure. By incorporating pomegranate into your daily tea, you are supplying your body the foundations to reinstate that innate procedure. The taste is another plus. A spoonful of pomegranate essence blended into your evening tea contributes a nice tartness, rendering the drink pleasurable as well as effective. Unlike processed sugar, which impairs blood flow, the organic elements in pomegranate vigorously reinforce it. If you favor fresh produce, you can also include the kernels straight into the tea, permitting their nectar to permeate as they infuse. For men over 70, pomegranate delivers more than just a function enhancement. It also bolsters cardiac wellness, diminishes swelling, and supplies vitality. Many men who begin adding it to their evening practice observe not only firmer erections, but also superior endurance in the daytime and reduced troubles with weariness. Consider pomegranate as a guardian and a renewer. It protects your blood vessels from additional harm while simultaneously urging them to operate more proficiently. In tandem with ginger, it forms a potent duo effect. Ginger ignites blood flow and pomegranate reinforces and maintains it. Next is cinnamon. Most individuals regard cinnamon as simply a pantry seasoning, but it is in fact a strong partner for blood flow and function. One of the primary reasons cinnamon is so useful for men over 70 is due to its influence on blood glucose. Elevated blood glucose is one of the quiet foes of robust erections. When sugar remains high, it harms the coating of blood vessels and lessens their capacity to broaden. This enfeebles blood flow and renders it tougher to attain rigidity. Cinnamon operates like an organic balancer. It assists your body in growing more responsive to insulin, which is the hormone that manages blood glucose. That means your cells can absorb sugar more efficiently, maintaining levels even instead of permitting surges and dips. Over time, this safeguards your blood vessels and keeps them operating fluidly. But cinnamon possesses another subtle plus. It mildly heats the body. Just as ginger delivers a spicy ignition, cinnamon delivers a gentler, more consistent warmth. This heating impact assists in loosening and opening blood vessels, promoting healthy blood flow across the body, including the groin region. Incorporating cinnamon into tea is straightforward. Place a small stick of cinnamon into your vessel or mug and allow it to brew for a few minutes. As it permeates, it not only contributes a tasty, mildly sweet taste, but also supplies potent elements like cinnamaldehyde, which is straightly connected to enhanced blood flow and anti-swelling impact. Many men who commence sipping cinnamon tea regularly perceive not only superior erections, but also better digestion, lessened abdominal fat, and more even vitality levels during the day. So when you include that cinnamon stick to your tea, you are achieving more than seasoning your beverage. You are fortifying your blood flow, safeguarding your arteries, and supplying your body a reliable source of heat and liveliness. The fourth component is ginseng, a tuber that has been employed in Asian healing for centuries as an emblem of power, endurance, and male potency. Ginseng has long been termed the emperor of botanicals in numerous customs because of its broad array of advantages for vitality and function. What renders ginseng so efficient for erections is its sway on nitric oxide. As I described before, nitric oxide is the chemical cue that instructs your blood vessels to widen broadly and permit blood to enter. Without adequate of it, stimulation cues do not convert into bodily rigidity. Ginseng organically elevates nitric oxide creation, aiding your arteries to unwind and reply more swiftly. But its advantages do not halt there. Ginseng is also an adaptogen. That means it assists your body in adjusting to tension, lessening exhaustion, and backing better poise in your endocrines. For men who sense depleted, weary, or psychologically fatigued, ginseng delivers a soft elevation to both physique and psyche. Unlike caffeine, which produces a keen surge and drop, ginseng tenders a reliable, organic elevation that renders you sensing more alert and focused. To ready it, you can cut a tiny segment of ginseng tuber and infuse it in boiling water for 10 to 15 minutes. The taste is soil-like and mildly acrid, but when merged with nectar or pomegranate, it grows agreeable and calming. Some men also employ powdered ginseng, which can be blended straight into tea for ease. Many of my clients mentioned that within a few weeks of incorporating ginseng tea into their practice, they perceive better dawn erections, enhanced endurance and closeness, and more general vitality all day. It does not solely enhance bodily function. It also backs cerebral sharpness, disposition, and perseverance. Consider ginseng as an organic propellant that fortifies both the physique and the psyche. When merged with blood flow igniters like ginger and cinnamon and vessel guardians like pomegranate, it becomes a foundational element in your function tea. Finally, let us not overlook honey. Too many individuals consider honey as merely a sweetening agent, but it is so much greater. Honey supplies rapid organic vitality that your body can truly employ immediately. Unlike refined sugar, which surges your blood glucose and then abandons you plummeting, honey conveys a consistent liberation of propellant that backs endurance without the ups and downs. Honey also holds trace elements such as zinc, magnesium, and boron, each of which performs a part in endocrine poise. Zinc particularly is straightly associated with testosterone creation. Testosterone is not solely about desire. It backs tissue power, vitality, disposition, and the precise impulse that renders you sense vibrant as a man. By incorporating honey in your tea, you are not solely contributing sweetness, but also nourishing your body elements that maintain your endocrines even. Another advantage is renewal. After closeness, your body employs vitality and elements swiftly. Honey, when combined with blood flow igniters like ginger, cinnamon, and ginseng, assists in restocking that vitality and soothing swelling, rendering you sensing renewed instead of depleted. Consider it as the concluding accent that unites the entire tea. Silky, sustaining, and profoundly aiding for both function and renewal. Now, permit me to lead you through readying this function tea at home. Begin with a vessel of new water. Set it on the range and include a few cuts of new ginger tuber along with a stick of cinnamon. Permit these to brew softly for at least 10 minutes. As the water heats, it will extract the active elements from the ginger and cinnamon, permeating your kitchen with a lush, soothing scent. This brewing phase is crucial. It liberates the complete potency of these potent components. After 10 minutes, transfer the tea into a vessel. Now it is moment to include the subsequent tier of aid. Blend in a spoonful of pomegranate essence. If you choose, you can pulverize a fistful of new kernels and permit them to permeate straight into the vessel. In either case, you are contributing a sweet, zesty surge that safeguards your blood vessels and elevates nitric oxide creation. Next, include your ginseng. If you possess a tiny segment of the tuber, permit it to infuse in the boiling tea for 10 to 15 minutes. If you are employing a powder, blend in about half a teaspoon until it integrates. This is your vitality igniter, the component that steadies your endurance and clears your psyche. Finally, conclude with a teaspoon of organic honey. Blend it softly so it merges uniformly into the tea. This is the component that fastens everything united, supplying sweetness, elements, and rapid organic vitality. Now, here is the most vital portion. Sip it gradually. Do not hasten. Permit the tea to function as both a bodily elixir and a cerebral ceremony. Consume it in the evening, preferably about an hour prior to rest. As the warmth extends through your body, observe how your shoulders descend, your torso eases, and your psyche commences to quiet. At the same instant, your blood flow is unlocking, your blood vessels are growing more pliable, and your endocrines are softly re-equilibrating. When you render this a reliable habit, something extraordinary commences to arise. Across the span of 2 to 3 weeks, many men observe tangible shifts, firmer dawns, steadier vitality, and a self-assurance they believed they had forfeited. This is not regarding a swift remedy. It is regarding supplying your body the daily sustenance it requires to reinstate its innate power. Now envision yourself 3 weeks ahead. You have rendered this tea a segment of your nightly practice. Instead of rousing sensing weary, you observe a rigidity you have not sensed in years. Instead of nearing closeness with concern, you sense serene, firm, and prepared. That self-assurance alters not solely your function, but your bond and the manner you perceive yourself. Gentlemen, your prime eras are not trailing you. They are awaiting you to supply your body the correct aid. Something as uncomplicated as a mug of tea enriched with the proper components can assist in reinstating blood flow, equilibrate your endocrines, and return to you the vitality and self-assurance you merit. So tonight, do not solely consume standard tea. Include ginger, pomegranate, cinnamon, ginseng, and honey. Render it a ceremony and signal yourself with every sip that you are committing to your power, your liveliness, and your tomorrow. If you deemed this useful, join for more organic, evidence-based counsel. Weekly, I distribute practical manners men over 70 can elevate their wellness, reinstate their self-assurance, and relish existence to the utmost.